For those of y'all that have been a fan of the channel for a while, you'll know that I'm currently rocking 6 different credit cards that I use on a daily basis in my wallet. Now that we're moving into a new year, I thought it'd be a fun thing to go back over the history of my credit cards in 2022 to see just how many points I earned from them. So whether you're someone that's been in the credit card game for a while or you're a diehard debit card user, I'm hoping this will just show you the power that credit cards can have in your financial life if you use them responsibly. And the way we'll go about doing this is by looking at a spreadsheet that I created actually today while I was pretty bored. And what this does is basically break down all of the different credit cards that I have, if I've got a welcome bonus from them, any referral bonuses, and the total amount of points that I've earned from just spending on the cards. Then what we'll do is total up all of those points on each one of those cards, break it down by redemption method, as in how much did I earn in cashback form, in travel portal form, and in transfer partner form. And then we'll do a lender by lender breakdown because I do have credit cards with 3 different lenders. And at the end of the day, we'll come out with a total value of all of the points that I've earned based on the different weighted averages of each of those lenders' points. And let me just tell you right now that that final number may surprise you. Before we get any further, why don't y'all go ahead and leave a comment down below to guess how much you think I earned in value from my points this year, and go ahead and let me know what you think my total cashback value is, as well as my total transfer partner value is, since that is how I'm going to be using a lot of my points. Now that we're on my computer screen, I want to go ahead and break this down line by line and with each card in particular, and then we'll go ahead and show the totals at the end. So as to the first credit card on my list, we have the OG Chase Freedom. As you can see here, I opened my OG Chase Freedom on December 20th, 2020, and with that being the case, I actually did get the welcome bonus for this card, but that was back in 2020, which means no points there. And as for referral bonuses, since this was originally a student card and I don't think I could ever refer somebody to an OG Chase Freedom card, I had no referral bonus points this year on this card at all, but I will have some points for my spend, of course, because I do put some charges on this card here and there, and that came out to a grand total of 98 points, which is actually really low and kind of surprising to me. That obviously brings our grand total of points from the OG Chase Freedom to 98 points. As for the cashback value of those points, since I do earn Chase Ultimate Rewards points with this card, all cashback is considered to be at 1 cent per point when I go to redeem, and that's going to be the case for my other 2 Chase cards as well. So of course the cashback value from my points on this card is going to be a whopping 98 cents. And then also, since I do have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, all of my travel portal values with my Chase cards are going to be at a 1.25 times multiple, that being because the Chase Sapphire Preferred gives me a 25% boost on all of my points. So with that being said, I have a travel portal value of $1.23, and once again, since the Chase Sapphire Preferred is a card that allows me to transfer my points out to travel partners, I personally conservatively estimate my Chase Ultimate Rewards points to be worth at least 2 cents per point when redeeming with transfer partners, when in reality you could get a lot higher than that, but this is a conservative number that I'm comfortable going with, which gives my transfer partner value a total of $1.96. So obviously that's pretty boring for my OG Chase Freedom, but now let's talk about my Chase Freedom Unlimited, which gets a fair amount of use in my wallet. As for the welcome bonus on this card, since I did apply for this card on August 30th, 2021, this welcome bonus was completed in 2021, meaning that it doesn't count towards my total points earned in 2022. But being that I now have a YouTube channel and I started getting people clicking on my links to apply for certain credit cards, I did max out my referrals on this card this year, giving me a total of 50,000 points just from referrals. And before we get any further, I do just really want to say thank y'all for using my links. A lot of times I just leave them in the description and never even mention them, but to see that I was able to max out all of my referrals on my personal cards that allowed that, and have now been connected to a different affiliate program in order to actually maximize all of those clicks that y'all do on my links, I just have to express my gratitude to y'all, because none of this would be possible without you. And every time y'all use my links or support my channel in any way, it really does help to make my dreams come true with this channel. So again, thank you. But now let's talk about the points that I've earned from spend in 2022. The total amount of points that I've earned from spend are going to be 7,391 points, bringing our total points earned up to 57,391 points on my Chase Freedom Unlimited this year. At 1 cent per point, the cashback value for those points is $573.91. At that 1.25x boost that my Chase Sapphire Preferred gives all my Chase Ultimate Rewards points, in the travel portal, these points would be worth $717.39. Now at that 2 cent per point conservative estimation when transferring all my points out to travel partners on my Chase Sapphire Preferred, my transfer partner value is going to be $1,147.82. So obviously referrals were a huge part of the amount of points I earned on my Chase Freedom Unlimited this year, but now let's get into some more of the heavy hitters. Since I applied for the Chase Sapphire Preferred in January of 2022, I did get a welcome bonus for this card in 2022, and the welcome bonus I got on this card was 60,000 points at the time. Yes, I did miss out on the 80k bonus, but you know, I'm still pretty happy with 60k. Now, like I said, I did get to max out my referrals on this card once again, meaning that my referral bonus amount for this card was 60,000 points. Now, like I've said in my videos in the past, I actually don't put a lot of spend on this card and maybe just have a couple subscriptions here and there, but I really only use this card to transfer all of my points out through travel partners, and I'm very happy to pay the annual fee on this card every year just for the ability to do that. But the points that I did earn from spend are going to be a total of 8,259 points, points, which is actually kind of surprising. I thought my Chase Freedom Unlimited would be a lot higher than that card, but the numbers don't lie. So the total amount of points that I earned from my Chase Sapphire Preferred in 2022 is going to be 128,259 points. That's a lot of points from the Chase Sapphire Preferred, so I'm very happy with that. The cashback value of all those points is going to be $1,282.59. With that 1.25x multiplier on all of my Chase Ultimate Rewards points with this card, that brings my total travel portal value to $1,603.24. And then with that 2 cent per point valuation, once again with travel partners, I will have a total of $2,565.18 in value with the Chase Sapphire Preferred with transfer partners. So since that wraps up my 3 Chase cards that make up my Chase trifecta, let's go ahead and go down to this row where we can talk about all the amount of value I earned from only Chase points this year. The total amount of cashback value I earned from my Chase cards is going to be $1,857.48. Now that's money that I could put in my pocket right this second, which is pretty cool. As for the amount of value I have through the travel portal with Chase right now, I would have $2,321.85. And then with transfer partners at 2 cents per point, which again is a conservative number, I technically could have more money than this in my Chase Ultimate Rewards points. That number would be $3,714.96. So with Chase points alone, I've accumulated close to $4,000 worth of free travel with just these cards. But switching over to a different lender, let's talk about my Citi Custom Cash that of course earns Citi thank you points. Since I got this card in April of 2022, I did get the welcome bonus in the year of 2022. And that welcome bonus was a bit smaller, but I still got a free 20,000 points for signing up for this card and spending like I normally do. As for any referral bonuses I've got on this card this year, Citi actually doesn't have a refer a friend program that I could find at least. So I actually earned 0 points from that category this time. But considering I use this card to hit the welcome bonus and then use this card for gas every single month, the total amount of points that I've earned from spending on this card is going to be 7,185 points, bringing the total amount of points I've earned on my Citi Custom Cash this year to a total of 27,185 points. Citi's thank you points are actually very similar to Chase points in the way that I value them. So for cashback, you get 1 cent per point on every redemption. For travel through their portal, to my knowledge, the max you get there is 1 cent per point as well. And then with transfer partners, I went ahead and made it an even 2 cents per point that I would estimate I would get if I did have the Citi Premier card, which I don't. But considering that is a card that I want to add to my wallet at some point down the line, I'm going to go ahead and count that towards my total because I probably won't redeem these points before then anyways. But with that being said, the amount of cashback value I get from all these points I've earned is going to be $271.85. The travel portal value that I've gotten from this card is going to be $271.85 once again, because that's the same redemption rate you get for cashback. And then with transfer partners, that amount is going to be double what we just said at $543.70. So to not repeat myself right over again, since the Citi Custom Cash is my only Citi credit card, you'll see that the total amount of value I've earned from Citi as a lender this year is going to be the same as my Citi Custom Cash, and that's reflected here now. Now it's time to move to my Amex cards, which I did accumulate a lot of points for this year. Starting with the Amex Gold card, which I opened in June of 2022. A lot of y'all could have found my channel through my Watch Me Apply for the Amex Gold, or actually the Amex Blue Business Plus for that matter too, which we'll talk about next. But if you watch that video, you'll know that I got a welcome bonus of 90,000 Amex membership rewards points, which is pretty solid. I also did get the welcome bonus that gave me $250 worth of statement credits back on all of my dining purchases over the course of the year, but that's not reflected in the total amount of points that I earned, of course. As for my referral bonus, once again, I was lucky enough to have y'all max out these offers for me, which brought my total referral bonus point number up to 55,000 points. I also do use this card as my workhorse card at this point, and my highest category for spend every month is with food. So the total amount of points that I've earned from all of my food purchases this year is going to be 10,440 points. That brings the total amount of points I earned on my Amex Gold card to 155,440 Amex membership rewards points. As for how I value my Amex membership rewards points, if you redeem your points for cashback, you're only going to get 0.6 cents per point, which is why you should never do this with your Amex cards. Through the travel portal, I said that I would get 1 cent per point in all those redemptions. And with transfer partners, once again, to keep things consistent, I would say you could get at least 2 cents per point in value when transferring those out to travel partners. So that's how I value all of my points going forward. That brings the total cashback value that I earned on my Amex Gold card to $932.64, which still isn't bad, but obviously that's only like half of what I could get even just by using the travel portal, so this is not great. Speaking of the travel portal, my total value there is going to be $1,554.40. Obviously that's a bit better, but let's go ahead and double that for my transfer partner value, giving me a total of $3,108.80. That's a lot of value to get from one specific card in the span of only 6 months, and I'm definitely excited to keep on using this card going forward, but obviously these numbers are a bit skewed because I did get the welcome bonus this year. But now let's move into my most recent card that I got approved for, the Amex Blue Business Plus, in October of 2022. I did actually just hit the welcome bonus on this card this week, which gives me a total of 15,000 Amex membership rewards points for doing so. so. Then I actually maxed out the referrals on this card before I even hit the welcome bonus spin myself, which is obviously another big thanks to you guys, but this brings my total referral bonus amount up to 55,000 points on this card again. And obviously I've been using this card for every single purchase as I hit the welcome bonus on it, so the total amount of points that I earned from the spin in the past couple of months is 6,320 points. That obviously falls exactly in line with me hitting that welcome bonus spinning requirement of $3,000. But with all that being said, the total amount of points that I earned from my Amex Blue Business Plus in 2022 is 76,320 Amex membership reward points. With the same values I just mentioned on the Amex Gold card, that gives me a cashback value of $457.92, which I would never do with Amex cards. It gives me a travel portal value of $763.20, and better yet, with transfer partners, that would give me a total of $1,526.40. So now with my Amex Gold card and my Amex Blue Business Plus alone, let's go ahead and look at the total cashback, travel portal, and transfer partner value with those cards. So for all my Amex membership rewards points this year, I had a cashback value of $1,390.56. If I use all those points in the travel portal, I would get a total of $2,317.60. And with transfer partners, once again, that would give me a total value of $4,635.20 for two cards that I got within the span of 6 months of each other. So now it's time for the grand reveal of the total amount of value I got from all of my credit cards in 2022 in cashback form, travel portal form, and transfer partner form. The total amount of cashback that I earned this year, if I was to cash out all of my points at this very second, would be $3,519.89. I mean, that alone is a pretty nice year-end bonus if I was just to cash those out, but obviously we can do a lot better than that. If I was to use all those points in travel portals instead, I would get a total value of $4,911.30. But of course, if I use all of those points for transfer partners, which might not be completely realistic, although for me, I am a person that hoards all of my points until I can get a really good redemption value from them, with a 2 cent per point valuation for all of my Chase points, Citi thank you points, and Amex membership rewards points, I have a total value with transfer partners of $8,893.86. And that is obviously an outstanding number that I got from just using my credit cards regularly. Obviously, those referral bonuses really helped me a lot, but this just goes to show how important it is to get welcome bonuses and referral bonuses if you can, because with those points alone, I got thousands of dollars worth of free travel this year just for signing up for a credit card. Obviously, it's super important that you don't just get a credit card for the welcome bonus and have to overspend to hit that welcome bonus. But if you get one that falls in line with how you naturally spend, there's really no reason to not get credit cards and use them responsibly. That's just the key, is that you have to use them responsibly, pay them off in full on time every single month, and honestly just use them like a debit card. If you're someone that has a problem with overspending, just go ahead and pay off your bill every single day so you can see that money come out of your account right away. For me, y'all know that I pay off my credit cards right before my statement close date down to a 1 to 2% utilization, and then let auto pay take care of the rest of the statement balance on my due dates. And by just doing that simple strategy and not overspending on my credit cards, I'm going to come away with probably over $10,000 worth of value of free travel this year. Like, this is just at a 2 cent per point valuation that I got $9,000 worth of value. But if you sprinkle in a couple of business class international trips and stuff like that, you could be getting closer to 5 or even 10 cents per point in value in some cases. With those redemption rates, I would be getting closer to over $20,000 of free travel in 1 year just by using credit cards. Now, this is why I love the credit card game so much, and I know it's why you do too. But if you're somebody that's watching this and you don't use credit cards yet, now you can see how it's so beneficial. If you're somebody that's just getting started on your credit card journey and aren't sure how many credit cards you should have without hurting your credit score, go ahead and check out this video next right by Odin's head, where you can see how many credit cards you should have at any given time, depending on where you're at in your credit card journey. And with that being said, Odin and I both want to say thank you guys so much for watching once again. If this video is beneficial to you, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel, and we'll catch you guys next time.